Welcome to my channel. This is a new project to read blogs. I went to Jeju Island a few months ago. COVID-19 has hit the whole world. I can't travel overseas due to lockdown and self-quarantine. But I've searched flight tickets to go anywhere. When I was searching online, I found cheap price tickets to go Jeju. It had been a first time to buy cheap ones. So I made a plan to travel Jeju. I was extremely surprised the one-way ticket was only $25. But I needed to change the plan, so I had to pay extra charge and bought new tickets. Hotel was also cheap, it was $40 per day included breakfast. And rental car fee was so cheap. I rent a car for 4 days, paid less $70. It was amazing price I had ever seen. Because of coronavirus, I had to wear a face mask and used hand sanitizers whenever I went to public places. Wearing the face mask was uncomfortable, especially when I wore glasses. I couldn't see anything sometimes because paper-coated surface of lens. I parked a car at AJ parking lot near Jeju. It was very expensive to park at the airport. Parking fee was $6.5 per day. If you park a car at the airport, it would be $20. I moved to the airport by airport train. It took less 10 minutes. From Reaing to Gimpo Airport, it was one stop by airport train. I had a backpack, so it was easy to move. I am a member of Star Alliance Gold and Diamond in Asiana Airlines. But mine is the lowest level in Star Alliance Gold. But I also have lots of benefits. I went to a check-in counter for Primer members, but there were few passengers at economy counters. It took almost similar time to check in both classes, economy and the other. If you are a member of Star Alliance Gold, you can get a premier seat from free, such as business seats, front line seats without extra charge. I'd seldom visited Gimpo Airport domestic terminal, but I felt so weird and shocked because there were really few passengers were waiting planes. I needed to change or cancel my return schedule, so I had gone to ticket office before I passed the security. But I was not possible to cancel and change it at this airport. I had to change my schedule at Jeju when I arrived. Because I bought a round-trip ticket, it was impossible to cancel only one way. I passed security check with a cleared mind, and I thought what I would have done when I got there. Security check processing was easy and comfortable, but I had to take off the face mask. I was worried. I was on the line with others. I headed to the Asiana Business Lounge. I didn't expect anything. I thought Gimpo Airport had been remodeled so everything looked so new and refined. After checking my boarding pass, I could get into the lounge. There were no hot meals, only hid snacks and coffee, drink and juice. I was stuffed with snacks. I continuously ate several packs of snack, it was hard to stop them. There were few people, and we tried to keep social distance. I couldn't stop eating, so Daddy stared at me. I felt guilty about it. I could also check flight statues through TV. And Asiana Lounge offered Holly's coffee. I was not a big fan of Holly's, but taste wasn't bad. I'd changed my old face mask. When I wore a KF9 for face mask, I couldn't breathe well with it, but I had to endure and wear it wherever I went. I remembered there had been smoking rooms in the waiting hall, but I couldn't find them. I'd though more and more it would be hard to smoke in public areas, such as airport, train station. This plane was what I boarded. This is Boeing 767. It runs from Seoul to Jeju like a shuttle bus. This plane was old, so facilities were really old, but it didn't matter for me. This is a boarding pass. It looks like a receipt. I would have threw away if I had taken care of it. Because of COVID-19, I expected there were few passengers to go to Jeju. When I stood in the line was long and crowded. I gave up keeping social distance at the time. I was extremely excited, even though it was a domestic flight. Lots of flights were cancelled and grounded at the time, so I could see jets on the basin. I boarded a plane first, so I could take picture without other passengers. I want to be a Diamond Plus membership. However, it would be hard to get it. I have to save near 400,000 miles more. Using a business class might be easier than saving frequent flyer miles. To keep social distance, I designated end of the row, the last row seats. But it was full at that time. So everything didn't go what I thought. My Hattie said this trip would never forget. All pictures were taken with face mask. All flight attendants were wearing a face mask. I felt so sorry to them and worried that they were always exposed virus infection from anonymous people. Outside started to get dark. The sky became orange and yellow. I usually ride flights at evening, so I see only sunset or black sky. I didn't send check-in baggage this time, but ground staffs were loading check-in bags into the baggage compartment. I wondered what they were talking about each other. Between seats were not bad. I am not tall. I am 173 centimeters. There was a little space. I felt comfortable. I was surprised that there was an ashtray on the armrest. Through this ashtray I noticed that this flight was a super extremely old fleet in Asiana. After pushback, it was heading to the runway. I was so sad. More and more flights would be grounded and suspended to flight. At last, it took off the land, and it flew to west to face the sunset. The sky became gold. I could see a canal, RB Gill. There was no clouds at all. I could see the houses, fields, roads clearly. I thought only dirty thing was this window. This is West Incheon, and the plane was turning and heading to south at Incheon Harbor. This is Si Hua Ho. It is a reclaimed lake. When I was in tens, I remembered it had been mudflat and there had been small villages. I took this safety guideline unconsciously. I love traveling and on board a plane lots of times, but I am very nervous when I am on the air. Especially the plane goes to south or north, I hesitate to go to the lavatory. Direction to east or west is much more comfortable.